Displaying information is probably the one thing a heads-up display should do. But I'm a very special individual, as you know. However, now, MFCS actually has a display. This is my display. I'm real proud of it. No, but that does bring me on to the first feature, which is that MFCS is going to use something called a content chip. Depending on how it's set up, changing your graphics and what's displayed is as easy as just like using a different include. So here's another one I want to show. Okay, now this is the actual display, the new one I've been working on. It's a little bit big, give me a second. Okay, that's a little bit better. I guess we can start with the gun panel first. This is kind of cool, so I can select all the different ammo types I have, and you can see that little white light that's selected. Now if I actually load one, there's a little orange light. And then you can also see the reload time, and that light should turn, yep, there we go, white, indicate that the gun is loaded. And it actually goes from reload time to the gun status. I can also, if I, let's range find to something. So that number in the bottom right has changed. So first we have the range, and then we have the time to do that range. So let's see, that is HE 0.8 seconds. There goes the loading again. Okay, now we have the tank panel. So we have a few different things here. Now what I'm most actually happy with is I put, I like to make my tanks hybrids, so you can see here, it's like generated power, and you can see this almost like battery icon starts to fill. So I really like this UI element, this is kind of fun to make. But yeah, you can see I have two RPM indicators. One's actually the ACF engine that's powering the generator. And if I begin to move, you can see the other one is the actual motor RPM. Yeah, this is my red line graphics. The other thing is pretty similar to CFCS, so we have the gear icon and also the speed. And this tank technically doesn't have any reverse gears because the motor has flip polarity. But if I did go into a negative gear, you can see this light turns red to indicate reverse. And also this has a little graphic, and I even made a custom graphic for this specific tank, the E100 clone anyway. So yep, that all works. Pretty cool. Yeah, all this stuff here technically isn't like the only UI you'll be able to do in MFCS. This is what I just have for demonstration, but again, not every UI has to follow this pattern. So you can see I'm actually missing, well, technically I have a compass up here, but I'm actually missing a fuel indicator. I forgot to add one. But that brings me on to the next part, which is the sort of like API. So if I actually go into my content chimp, nice. Let's go to the gun panel. You can see there is this thing called GFX. That's basically the API we can use. So yep, you can see get gun ready. Give that the name of the gun, it'll like get information about the gun. So I'm basically using that to pick colors for my indicators. Let's see, I forget what all of these are, but here's my ammo counts function, which actually calls a different function, but still using the API. So get munitions. So for every munition, it'll like draw this image. Actually takes that information in, but yeah, you can see my loaded indicator, selected indicator changes colors based on if they are selected or loaded. Get the ammo name and the ammo count as well. You'll be able to make basically whatever you want. And there's going to be a whole bunch of functions to hopefully make that easier. Yeah, as far as where the API lives, I should have compressed this, but it's like yeah, here we go. Here's the API. Now, I don't have any comments on these. I believe I'm just going to include documentation in the actual, like some default content chip somewhere, but there we go. So it's supposed to do some safety. So as far as like the gun functions, it'll always return a default if it's like undefined or something. However, there are some things that you do need to do some checking for, so there's a way you can add extra inputs on top of what MFCS already does. And if you do that, let's see, it's in the tank panel. So I wanted to get the orientation of my hull and turret, and in order to do that, it's a good idea to check if the inputs are valid, because if you don't, it'll error the whole chip. So, but anyway, as you saw at the start of the video, under the right circumstances, if you have all of the same data, like between two different content chips, you can literally just hot swap them, which is, I think, pretty cool. So we can go back to the ugly, like, gray box heads up display. I guess those are panels. That's great. Yeah, there we go. Back to using the old ugly panels. Well, gentlemen, that is going to be time. So just another update on MFCS, messing with the graphics now, which probably should have been in like at the start, but well, actually it started with the camera, so whatever. Nearing release for this bad boy, so looking forward to two whole people using this thing. But yeah, just gonna do some bug fixes and edge cases. So literally an error where, well, I know what the error is caused by, but yeah, I gotta go fix that. And also figure out some other things, like how I want it to behave. Like currently there's only one reticle drawn, only one crosshair drawn at a time. Which actually reminds me, so those like functions in the content chip, you can attach them to whatever view you want. So the content chip doesn't determine everything, it does determine a lot of things just to make it easier to switch between. But yeah, you know, I can add this to the commander view, for example, and that would work. But yeah, just a status report on MFCS. Should be finishing it soon, TM, which soon could mean, I don't know, whenever I'm finished. But definitely on the end stages of getting something released and not having, or not trying to do like weird projects like a coincidence rage fighter. But until then, I'll see you around.
I am a higher rank than you.
You will be banned.
Demon, ban this man.
What happens if this thing even launches? What is it? Does it blow up?
Probably, yeah. Oh my god.
Has no remote control or command modules. Are we Kappa penising right now? Is this
Oh
what
my
we're
god,
doing?
no control module. Oh my god.
Do we not have crew?
Would ironic find
there's
this,
no crew. Oh my goodness, no crew for the aircraft. Oh my god.
Shut up.
No,
You awake how
when
we're
Death
getting
is laughing,
stuck
it's
in a
fucking hard. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Ay, caramba, shut up, bitch.
Oh shoot, I'm watching like upstream.
Oh, shoot, I'm bassing
I can't stop.
You are...
Hey, no. We're done. We're not.
Calm down.
Calm down. It's not that funny.
We're not laughing at this no more. We're done.
Calm down.
Death has to compose himself.
Oh, because this is one large section. Okay. Shouty like a melody in my head.
Shouty. Oh, I remember when me and Tony were doing that, and it like triggered Brit.
Yeah. And then then I would go like she, and then you just burst out laughing like incoherently. There's the she.
You're like cutting it when you try to speak.
She. What? She.
Come on.
Thank you.
Oh my god, my internet.
Okay, that was pretty funny.
What does it even sound like?
IQ levels 50, 40, 30. Retard.
Shit, the IQ's it's gonna hit the second tower.
That is fucking brain rot. Holy shit.
Dude.
Shut up. Holy fuck, bro. Off a bean, bro.
But the thing is, the planes were flying horizontally, so the IQ's not going up or down.
Shut up.
Integrity is our brand, which reminds me, this is why this episode is sponsored by Surfshark. Bless you.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
Everybody is looking for something.
Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be abused.
By you?
You sound like a German at the Nuremberg trials, Britt. You say that.
Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused.